Okay, thank you for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class. It's called Ghosh Flow Yoga. We're going to follow the 26 and 2 yoga sequence, and we will add optional sun salutations as well as optional posture variations. If at any point in class something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify, you can do something else, and you can skip entirely. Yoga's at times challenging. My arms always hurt a little bit after this class, but in a good way. Get a little challenge is okay. This class is fairly fast-paced, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point that we could cause harm to ourselves or others. And hopefully there's lots of variations within this sequence, even with like how we do the sun salutes, so that they'll work for whatever it is that you might be going through. So we're going to start with 2 rounds of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, toes, heels, touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. I'll do 2 with you. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your fingers, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt. Grow taller out of the base of your spine and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through the nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back, stretch your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Look back, arms forward, push the air out, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, open your rib cage wide, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, stomach in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Just the neck and arms are moving. Keep your spine straight from the side, chin down, elbows up. Exhale, head up. So just the head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip, stretch up, and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up. Okay, and then come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling on the left side body. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change, inhale to come up, root down through your heels, stretch up out of your waist and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Keep your left arm and left leg super strong, squeeze palms together and breathe in and out through the nose. Weight to the heels, hips forward, head and arms back. Right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward, option to stay here and breathe, or if it feels good, get a little deeper, come down, push, 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 change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day, take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes, maybe give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. Whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels, inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, fold, arms with ears, hands to floor, relax your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels if you've got the grip. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up. Stretch your spine down. Listen carefully. Rather than coming up, we're going to flow into like a little bit of a sun salute. So on your next inhale, release the grip from your heels and come up halfway so your back is flat. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. On your next exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. From here, hug your elbows in, look forward and lower down like you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or Up Dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for Down Dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If Down Dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. So every Down Dog can be a child's pose, every Up Dog can be a Cobra, and every plank can be a tabletop. And because we're going to do multiple sun salutes throughout class, you can always do like one child's pose and then one Down Dog, right? It doesn't have to be the same every time. Do what feels good for you. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. And then inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up. Exhale your arms down. Good. Second set, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Lean back, like from the side, it would look like you're leaning against a wall behind you. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. Maybe getting a little bit deeper in the second set, but maybe not. You want to go to a point that feels good, where you can still breathe in and out through your nose. Let your breath be your guide. As you inhale, lengthen your arms, strengthen your right arm, right leg. As you exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Arms back, stretch up, chest up, stomach in, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Squeeze your thighs, your glutes, engage your abdominal wall, lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture, and you have so much to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Scoop your left shoulder a little forward, right hip a little forward, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, drop your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your back, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Notice if your wrists are bending, try to squeeze the palms together, wrist straight, actively push your arms back, push your hips forward, keep the weight in your heels, bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change, inhale to come up, stretch up, exhale, fold, arms with your ears, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head, and second set, here we go, bend your knees halfway, you can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Maybe in the second set, you get your face a little closer to your shins. Maybe in the second set, you can lengthen your legs a little bit more. Hey, Jen, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, stretch your spine down. Change, inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, pull yourself down. So you can skip this motion as well, right? Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. If you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide. Root down through your palms, your knuckles, the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, arms down. We're gonna do a third set that's gonna go really fast. Feet together, arms overhead. This time, just palms together, cross your thumbs. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right. Press your hips to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up, and bend to the left. Press your hips to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back for 5. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up, fold forward, and this time right away, grab the backs of your legs or your heels. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank. Remember, you can skip the lowering down, or imagine you're pulling yourself down. Inhale your cobra or up dog. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. Try to get heels to the floor if you're doing down dog. If your heels don't touch the floor, you can try taking a wider step. And if you have tight knees or hamstrings, you can micro bend the knees, otherwise press the thighs back. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful, awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right, about 6 inches hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel, like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, all of the weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. Notice if your knees want to come way in or way out, point your big toes and knees forward. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. You can stop whenever you want or keep sitting down and stop when there's a ½ inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Lift your chest. Drop your shoulders and change. Slowly come up, knees together, Beautiful, heels down, right foot back, arms down. You can do second set just like you did first set, or I will give you some optional variations. So second set, step your right foot to the right, the same footprint, hip width distance. You can bring your arms up parallel to the floor or have your hands in prayer. Abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. Option to stay here, or if you have hands in prayer, bring left elbow to outer right knee and start to twist. Look up towards the ceiling so your thumbs are in the center line of your body. Option to stay here or reach your arms up and down. Look up for your right thumb and bring your hips a little to the left so your hips are even. Good, bring your hands back together in prayer, unwind to center, other side, taking right elbow to outer left knee, twist, look up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or open the arms up, 6 and 12 o'clock, hips a little to the right, right shoulder forward, look for your left thumb. Good, bring your hands back to center, unwind and change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there, lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees. Whew, my balance is off. Bend your knees, sit down. And if you'd like in the second set, you can fold forward and bring the arms back behind you. So palms facing in, thumbs towards the floor, pinkies towards the ceiling. Sit down, fold forward, a little bit different. Change, balance challenge, keep your heels lifted. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor. Squeeze knees together and slowly sit down. Good. Take your time. Stop when there's a gap between hips and heels. If you're sitting down all the way and you have a healthy knees, healthy hips, and you want to test balance and control, come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold. And change. Slowly come on up. Good. Feet together, arms down. We're going to do a full sun salute now. I'm going to show you from the side. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands to floor. You can step or float back. If you're floating back, land with elbows bent. Good. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a beat, take a breath. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm, eagle pose, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the wall in front of you. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, keep your hips low, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit back and down, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm, under right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pull elbows down, sit back and down, stay down there, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist, and breathe. Seal your lips, relax your jaw. Make sure you're still flooding your body with oxygen. Knees a little to the left. Upper body to the right, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. We're gonna go right into second set, doing arms and legs at once. Swing right arm, under left arm, and right leg over left leg. We're doing slightly less sun salutes today. Push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. You want wrists over elbows, elbows over knees, knees over ankle. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side, arms and legs at once. Bring left arm, under right arm, left leg over right leg. Cross twist and breathe. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, pull elbows down. Try to even out your shoulders and hips. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down. Ooh, I'm losing it, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, optional sun salute, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. If you float back, lower with elbows bent. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Good. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. Look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water here if you want. Cheers. So again, within the sun salutes, there's a lot of options as far as stepping or floating. Are you doing a plank or are you in tabletop? Are you doing cobra or up dog? Are you doing down dog or child's pose? There's so many options. And another option that I will share is to do a half sun salute, which is really great, especially for anyone with like wrist or shoulder stuff that they're working through. So I'm going to show you a half sun salute, and this is always an option for you to do as well. For the half salutes, you're going to sweep your arms overhead, exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, inhale, reach your eyes, lift up, exhale, arms down. So again, it's inhale, arms overhead, slowly exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, inhale, lift up, exhale, arms down. So you skip all the like plank tabletop stuff, right? So that's an option as well. Okay, next we're gonna do the balancing series. We're gonna flow standing head to knee to standing bow pulling pose. So we're gonna stay on one leg for a while. It's very cardiovascular. It's good for strength training as well. And it's just fun. Standing head to knee pose, Dandayamana Janushirasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, round down, and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece. Lamppost unbroken, you have no knee. If you know your left leg is locked, inhale. Slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back, breathe through your nose. If both legs lock, start to bend elbows down, touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles, stomach in. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Straighten your arms, bend your right leg, release the grip. Point your right toes, bring your knees together. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, standing bow. Reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. At first, just find a place where you can balance and breathe. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your left toes. Lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your spine, and slowly come down parallel to the floor. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up. Let's do the other side. I'll show you from the side. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. You can lift your left leg up, point your toes, flex your toes. Great way to stretch the calf and Achilles. Option to stay here or round down. At first an inch or two. Eventually pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Webbing to webbing grip. Lift your right kneecap, flex your toes back, engage your abdominal wall, stomach in. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. So you'll kick your heel forward, flex your all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs, maybe even a cramp on your thigh. Puff up your chest, lock your arms, lengthen your spine, and then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles, come down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles, move your hip forward, heel forward, toes back. Change, straighten your arms, bend your left leg, point your left toes, bring your knees together. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. Right arm up and back, knees together to start. Lift your chin, lift your chest, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time, breathe through your nose. So in standing head to knee pose, we rounded the spine, compressed the stomach, and flexed the kicking foot. In standing bow pose, we're bending the spine, stretching the stomach, and pointing the kicking foot. The more you point your toes, the more you can use your hamstring and calf muscle to kick. You're kicking in 2 directions, you're kicking back, and you're kicking up. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Whew. Kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Stand tall, take a breath. Not easy, but so fun. The first time I did this with someone, I did all of the 3 postures, and then we went into balancing stick, and she was like, too much, no way. So we'll do balancing stick later, but that is an option. Second set, Shift your weight to your left leg. I'll show you from the side. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg. Flex your toes. Round down and pick up your foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, exhale, elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And if that's easy, maybe release the grip. And when you're ready, take your time, come on up. Point your right toes, knees together. Pick up your right foot, bring your left arm up. Take a moment, I need to get my bearings, get my balance. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. There was a class last week where I was trying to say the phrase, get your bearings, and I just could not figure out what it is. And I got an email from Mario after class, and the subject line was just, the word you were thinking of was bearings. So it's like, oh, thank you. Slowly bring your body down. So you always want to take a minute to get your bearings and postures, leg up towards the ceiling, charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, big toe points forward, contract inner thigh, outer thigh. Lift your right kneecap, squeeze your right glute. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, abdomen in. Here we go, lift your left leg up. Bengal tiger strength, English bulldog determination. If both legs lock, bend elbows down, elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And maybe let go of your foot. I'm not there today. And when you're ready, change. Come on up. Point your left toes, knees together. Let's do arms and legs at once. Reach your right arm up, left arm back. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes. Take a breath, stretch up. And slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, still breathing. Can you find a little bit of calm in the eye of the storm? So even if leg muscles are cramping or screaming, right, heart rate is picking up, you're still finding a way to breathe, to be still. When you're ready, come down, body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Okay, now come to the back of your mat and towel. Tula Dandasana balancing stick, first set normal. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead. Palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down to parallel. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom. Not a broken umbrella, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, stretch up, stomach in. Step your left foot forward, keep stretching, stretch up, point your right toes, and tilt. So super active arms and legs, charge your body forward. You're trying to touch the wall in front of you and the wall behind you at the same time, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take a breath. You're welcome to do second set just as we did first set. You can also try a fun variation that's called split arm. I will show you from the side, okay? Arms overhead sideways, palms together, just thumbs cross. Step your right foot forward like you're gonna go into balancing stick. Stretch up, point your left toes, and tilt. So go down like you're going into balancing stick. And then when you're parallel to the floor, split your arms up and back. Look forward, bring your stomach to thigh, big toe to the ceiling. So it's a little bit of a back bend. Lift your left leg up, look forward, stomach to thigh, change, left foot down, right foot back, stretch up, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes and come down. Once you're parallel, split your arms. So keep the back bend, look forward, think belly button to thigh, big toe to the ceiling, body down, leg up, look forward, lock both legs. Change, right foot down, left foot back, optional sun salute, inhale, look up, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. I'm gonna model tabletop position. Remember that you can skip the lowering down, or on your next exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. I'm modeling Cobra. Exhale, you can lift your hips up for down dog or join me for a child's pose. Hips back, arms down. So remember that one version is not better than the other. They're just different. And within this class, I like to do like at least one version, right, where I'm doing child's pose versus down dog. Inhale, look forward, step forward. You can float or step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, 4 feet minimum, standing, separate leg stretching. If you would prefer to be on the long side of your mat, you can turn to face the long side of your mat. I will face you. Turn your toes in, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. First set, normal. Grab your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull, stretch, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up. We're gonna do things a little different today. We're gonna do it posture by posture. So when you come up, step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. You're welcome to do second set, just like you did first set, our Paschimottanasana stretching, or you can try what's called Garland Pose or Malasana. It's a Yogi Squat. So for that Yogi Squat, you want your feet, really depends on physiology, but you want your feet wider than your hips. Most people want feet wider than the hips. For some people, 2 feet between the heels or 1 foot between the heels works. For other people, you want 3 feet between the heels. Okay, you're gonna turn your toes out and your heels in. So heels in, toes out. And from here, you're gonna fold forward, bend your knees, and start to sit down. So for me, this step is too wide. I need to take a smaller step because I have narrow hips. Depending on the proportion of like your femur to your knees to your hips, you might try taking a bigger or smaller step. Now, after you've played around with your step, if your heels are still way off the floor, that's normal. You can always put your hands on the floor and lean forward. Eventually, you're gonna press your heels down, put your hands together, press the elbows out, and stretch the spine up. This is a really excellent hip opener. It's good for digestion, good for menstrual cramps as well. And again, this is called a Yogi Squat, or in Sanskrit, it's called Malasana or Garland Pose. Okay, put your hands on the floor, lift your hips up, turn your toes in and your heels out, and slowly come up. Good, okay, step your right foot back. Next, we're gonna do triangle. First set, like our 26 and 2 triangle. Inhale, arms overhead sideways. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right knee and lunge. Sit as low as you can, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side of your mat. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn. Twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your right leg. Right toes in. Left toes out. 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. Lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Look up towards the ceiling. You want your shoulders to stack one on top of the other. Bring the left rib cage a little forward. Sink your right hip down. So sit down more and then stretch up more. Use your left obliques. Look up, turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your right leg. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your left leg. Left toes in. Right foot back. Arms over your head and arms down. You're welcome to do second set just as you did first set, where I will give us 2 other variations. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Point your left toes forward. Turn your right heel out. From here, place your right hand. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. Lean to the right, I should say. I set that up wrong. You're going to lead to the right and then start to fold. At first, left arm up to the ceiling. You can have your hand on your knee, your shin, your calf, your ankle, your foot. Eventually, you can try putting your hand in front or behind your leg and then look up. This is how a lot of other styles of yoga do triangle. It's a really nice inner thigh stretch. It's also a really great way to stretch the neck. If you have like a bad neck, this posture is a nice way to lengthen through the whole spine. Option to stay here or try another fun posture called Bird of Paradise. Bend your right knee, Take your right hand in between your legs, try to pat your own butt, reach back behind you, see if you can catch your hands together, and then walk your feet back together. Shift your weight to your left foot and lift yourself up. If you can lift up to a standing position, point your right toes and kick your left leg up, right leg up, I should say. And this is bird of paradise. If you've seen the plant or the flower bird of paradise, right, you can kind of understand why. It's interesting, I've learned there's actually a flower and a plant called bird of paradise, and this is after the flower, not the plant. Okay, bend your right knee, put your right foot down on the floor, take a wider step, undo the bind, put your right hand back on the floor, straighten your right leg, and then slowly come up. Bring your arms back to parallel. Other side, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line, lean to the left, put your hand on your knee or shin, and go down, right arm up. You can have your hand on your knee, your shin, your ankle, your foot, or even hand on the floor in front or behind. Look up, take a breath, nice inner thigh stretch, really nice way to lengthen the spine. Stretch the crown of your head to the left side of your wall. Option to stay here, float a bird of paradise, bend your left knee, take your left hand in between your legs, try to clasp your hands together, and then walk your feet together. It's an awkward, wobbly process. Try to get the heels almost touching. Shift your weight to your right foot and start to lift up. If you can, point your left toes, kick your heel forward, press your hips forward and lean back. Chin up, chest up. Good, bend your left knee, put your left foot down on the floor, take a wider step, undo the bind, straighten your left leg, and change. Slowly come up, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, arms down. Standing, separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Vikaptapada, Janusharasana. First set normal. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Slowly exhale, step your right foot to the right 3 feet, 36 inches. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times beyond your flexibility, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. This is a rounded spine posture. It's one to be careful of if your back is achy today or you have a history of slip discs. You can bend your front leg if you want. You can take a wider step if you want. Try to touch knee and head together. But again, if rounding your spine this much does not feel good, ease up a little bit, flatten out your back, eventually chin to chest, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl. Take your time, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels. And you can take a bigger step if that helps you. Helps me. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip, right shoulder forward, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slowly. Stomach in, press your right hip forward, try to keep the hips in line, bend your front leg, touch knee and head together, front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch all 10 fingers beyond your big and second toe for balance. Bring more weight into your front foot and even out the hips. Left hip up a little bit. Move your right hip forward. 2 hips in line. Push forehead into knee. Lock both legs. Hands together. Change. Slowly uncurl. Head up last. Pivot on your heels. Right foot back, arms down. You're welcome to do second set just like we did first set, or you can try another fun variation where your hands are behind you. I'm just going to show you for a second. Now at first maybe the hands are just behind you, like holding onto your hands, but eventually you're going to start to tint your fingers and eventually bring the hands in prayer and eventually lift the fingertips up. Cindy, this always makes me think of you. Step your right foot to the right 3 to 4 feet, pivot on your heels to one side of the room, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. It helps with balance to keep the weight in the front foot. From here, you can interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your hands up and forward for a nice shoulder rinse. Take a breath. Press your right foot down. Bring your hands back to your lower back, push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, press right foot into floor as you come up, head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. I'm going to show you from the front. So it helps with balance to have your weight in your front foot, but it also helps with balance if your heels are not crisscrossed, right? So make sure heels are in a line. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Look towards your belly button. Forehead to knee. And again, you can interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lift your arms up and forward. Great way to stretch out the shoulders. Squeeze palms. Breathe. If you have your hands up and forward, bring your hands back down to the lower back. Push your forehead into your knee. Block both legs, hands together. Change. Press left foot into the floor as you come up. Head up. Last. Very nice. Pivot on your heels. Right foot back. Optional sun salute. Inhale, arms overhead. Look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Again, I'm modeling different kinds here. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, spine stretch, right? You can do child's pose or down dog. This is our second to last sun salute. I know you're sad about that. Take an inhale to your nose, and then exhale to your nose. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. So now we're going to hop into our hip opening series. We're going to flow tree pose to toe stand. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. At first, your foot's on top of your shin, your knee, your thigh. Eventually, hold onto your foot from underneath. Touch your heel to your costume. Sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can, balance left hand. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand, fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Left hand and right hand. And then if you want, try kicking your right foot forward. And then eventually you're gonna bring it back in. Boop. Cool. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then push your hips forward. Very nice. And I forgot to do it on this side. If you want, you can play around with taking your right hand out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you, see if you can catch your right big toe with your right hand. And this will come into play a little bit later, well, at the end of class. This is called a bound half lotus. Okay, and release, right leg down. We'll do it in that order on the other side too. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, heel to costume. You can bring one or both hands together. If your foot is prone to sliding, hold on to your foot. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand. Hands to floor, lean forward, bend your knee, sit down. Walk your hands back. Point your left toes, whether you're in tree or toe. If you have your hands together, maybe try kicking forward and eventually pulling it back in. Just something to work on. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up. Press your hips forward. And then balancing, if you want to try the bind on the other side, take your left hand out to the left, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you and see if you can catch your left big toe with your left hand. Good, and release, left leg down. Last sun salute, inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you can step or float back, keep lowering down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. And we're gonna take 5 ujjayi breaths here. So slow inhale through the nose and slow exhale through the nose against the back of the throat. It's very similar to pranayama, deep breathing at the beginning of 26 and 2. On your next inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. We're going to turn, lie down on your back, and we're on our backs for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust the camera angle a bit. Okay. So you can lie down with your head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Of course, you can grab a sip of water. Great. Okay. And this stillness is what makes it all make sense. So heels close together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Stillness is a wonderful way for your body to process like what the heck just happened in yoga and in life. And it is a practice. I am not good at stillness, but I find yoga and the intentionality of yoga is one of the only spaces where I can occasionally be halfway decent at it, right? In day-to-day life, I'm like, be still. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, your toe is tapping. Oops. And whenever you find that inside or outside of your yoga practice, right, you're just going to gently nudge yourself back to a little bit of stillness, a little bit of intentionality, a little bit of compassion towards yourself. Breathing in and breathing out. I'll also just say, because I think all of us are tuning in from DC, I don't know about you, but number one, I can really feel the pollen today. It's one of the worst days of the year for pollen. And number two, I can feel the air pressure, right? So it's a windy day. It's supposed to rain later. It's been kind of overcast. If your balance felt off, mine certainly did, just keep in mind that like not just changes of season, but like outside air pressure changes, you know, when it's cloudy or when it's about to rain, stuff like that can also kind of affect our yoga practice and our like our ability to like, you know, feel our body or kind of keep our balance. So just keep that in mind. I always find it super interesting in the summer, right before like summer storms, right? You can kind of feel this tension in your body or in a room. Pavanamuktasana, when you're moving pose, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, hold still, breathe. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down, avoid your rib cage. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, flex your right toes back. Otherwise, keep both feet nice and relaxed. Change. Left leg down, both legs, lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. You're welcome to do second set just as we did first set with wind removing pose. You can also try some other fun hip openers. We're going to do figure 4, which is a really great lie down version of pigeon pose. And we're also going to do happy baby, which is kind of actually a nice lying down version of Malasana, Garland Pose, Yogi Squat. Okay, so we'll start with our supine figure 4. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor. Bring your right knee to the right. Place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So if you look down, your legs are making a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4. Option to stay here, or for a deeper stretch, lift your left foot off the floor and you can grab onto your thighs or knees. I like to interlace my fingers behind my left thigh. So this is a great way to open through the hip and then seat and the knee. Should feel this nice stretch through your right side seat, right thigh, right hip. And it's really good if you have sciatic nerve pain. This stretches out the sciatic nerve that runs from the lower back down the side of the leg. Release your grip on your legs, return your left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor. Other side, keep your right foot on the floor, lift your left leg up, cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. And from here, lift your right foot off the floor. You can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and pull down, thighs towards the abdomen. Try to keep your neck long, looking down the center line of your body. Send a breath down. And release, right foot down, left foot down, happy baby. Lift both legs up, open your knees, keep your knees bent. Flex your toes back and try to catch the outside of your feet with your hands. So I like to have elbows inside of my knees, catching outside of feet. And from here, you can roll out your backs. You can roll back and forth or side to side. And maybe as you roll to the left, you straighten your left leg. And as you roll to the right, you straighten your right leg, getting that inner thigh stretch. And then you come back to the center and just hold here, looking down, pulling down. Take a breath. Okay, and release, arms and legs down. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, okay. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. So this is called, as an aside, this is called Ghosh Flow Yoga, and it's called Ghosh, that part of it, because we're 26 into yoga, comes out of a lineage of 84 asanas created by a guy named Bishnu Ghosh, who was Bikram's teacher. And within that sequence, we tend to flow postures. So, you know, in 26 into yoga, we do Cobra, and then we take a break, and then we do it again, and we take a break. In Ghosh's style of yoga, you do all of the spine strengthening postures together, and then you take a break, and then you do it again. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna flow them all together, chin forward. This is Cobra, hands flat on the floor, elbows point up. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Lock your legs, look up, and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor. The rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Hug your arms into your sides, roll your shoulders back and down. Don't forget about your cobra tail. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Nope, my bad. Look forward, chin forward, arm straight position, palms face the floor. That's what happens when you go into autopilot. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. We're flowing to locust. So chin forward, arm straight position, arms underneath you, palms face the floor. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. Stretch the big toe to the back wall, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. It's one of my favorite things about yoga. It kind of forces us into the present moment, because if the mind wanders, then the body wanders too. Shoulders down, lock your left leg, lift your thigh up, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide. Mouth down, shoulders down. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up. Everybody come up. You can do it. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down. Lock your legs, lift your thighs. Change. Slowly lower down. Full locust, Pranayama. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up, and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. Very nice. Just your hip bones on the floor. The rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go. Body knows to follow. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up. Come up a little higher at the end. Good. Change. Slowly lower down. Dhanurasana floor bow. Chin forward. Bend your legs. Grab your feet from the outside. 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers. I always have to like adjust my stomach for this one. I also ate a really big lunch. Oops. Bend your knees, point your toes, grab your feet, look up, and kick into your hands. It was such a good lunch, but it was a mistake. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, point your toes, look up to the ceiling. This is a great chest and shoulder opener. You're strengthening your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, the whole back of your body. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good. Change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. You guys are all seasoned yoga veterans. We've all done this. You're like, I ate lunch at like 4 p.m. too. It's like you're eating it and you're like, this is not going to be good, but I'm doing it anyways, right? And then you get to the spine strengthening series and you're like, yep, okay, look up, look forward, and then look to the other side, right ear on your mat, looking to the left. Switching the neck. Take an inhale through your nose. Feel the backs of your ribs expand. Exhale through your nose. Let your shoulders fall. Okay. Second set, chin forward, hands flat on the floor. If you'd like in the second set, we can try a little bit of fun variations of postures. I'm going to adjust my mat a bit so I can show you from the side. Okay. So we're going to start with a different version of Cobra. You're going to start like you normally would, and then walk your hands back a couple more inches so your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Open your feet about mat width distance. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your hips, hands down, look up and lift. Option to stay here with your elbows bent, or as you're ready, straighten your arms. Now at first you might notice that the hips are off the floor and the shoulders are tensing up. What you want to do is drop the shoulders down and the hips down, lift your chest.
Option to stay here or really squeeze your butt, drop your head back, keep the shoulders and hips down, point your toes, and if it feels good, bend your knees and try to touch your feet to your head. Good. When you're ready, feet back down to the floor, change slowly, lower down. Locust, Kapalabhati, chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms to face the floor, bring your arms underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch. Option to do the second set as you did first set, or if you'd like, tuck your toes under, bend your knees, and slide your knees up towards your fingers. You'll notice that I can talk normally. There is no weight in my neck. All of the weight is in my shoulders. Keep your left toes tucked under, lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. So now you might be able to feel it in the shoulders a little bit more. Change, right leg down, tuck your right toes under, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Shoulders down, left hip down, left foot forward, lock your left leg. Change, left leg down. Okay, third part, couple options. You can tuck your chin and mouth down, or you can keep your chin forward and try to lift both legs up. And when you're ready, change. Good. Slowly lower down. Full locust, Pranayama. Whew. Chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch. So I should say, second set of full locust, you can do just as you did first set, or you can try some fun variations where your feet are mat width distance, just like in Cobra. And just like in Cobra, you're going to keep your feet down here, lock your legs, point your toes, look up, squeeze your butt, and lift. So see how high you can lift with your feet on the floor, arms lifting up, chest open, and eventually you're going to circle the arms back and down. So if you want to try that, you'll come back down again, and then you're going to like really try and lift up using some momentum. Good, change, slowly lower down. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside. I am tired. Second set, you can try another fun variation where you're gonna walk your hands inside, just like you would in standing bow pulling pose. You're grabbing from the inside, but this time, thumb between your big and second toe. Point your toes, look up, and kick into your hands. Option to stay here, or you can try a fun shoulder variation that turns floor bow into full bow. You're gonna bend your elbow out to the left and forward, elbow out to the right and forward, look back, one day head and toes touch. To release, you're just gonna drop one foot at a time. So release your left foot from your left hand, look forward, right foot from right hand, and change. Slowly lower down. Good for you. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. And it's really hard for me to talk and teach at the same time in some of those. So if you ever have a question about any of those fuller variations of the spine strengthening series postures, let me know, and I can always like workshop or watch you and give some suggestions. Okay, if you're looking to the right, lift your head and look to the left. Right ear on your mat, take a breath. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat. So the same way that we flowed the spine strengthening series, we're also gonna flow the fixed firm series. For the next 4 postures, the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees will be fixed firmly on the floor. So open your knees, open your feet. I'm showing you from the side. Slowly over time, you're gonna walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until one day you sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch to the lower body, but never a point of pain, just a nice gentle stretch. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, and now bring your knees and feet together, hips on your heels for half tortoise. You can kind of start to see how these postures like relate to one another. Okay, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down with a flat back, long neck, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, and sink your hips down. Try to tilt your pinky fingers down, get elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor, the rest of your arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up.
Okay, stand on your knees, open your knees 6 inches between your knees and your feet, put your hands on your lower back. This is camel. Hands on back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor, keep your eyes open, look up, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day let your head go back all the way. Option to stay here or keep your hands on your back, go back halfway. Option to stay here, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up, head up last. Very nice, bring your knees, feet together, hips on your heels, rabbit pose. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. This is the exact same grip on the heels as camel pose. We're just doing the opposite with our spine. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Take a breath, let everything flatten, lengthen, and realign. Option to take an extra luxurious Savasana, or you can join me in a core strengthening drill. Bend your legs so your feet are on the floor. Interlace your fingers, lift your head, and bring your hands behind you at the nape of your neck, elbows out. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit so you feel the lower back on the floor, and then lift your legs. So knees stay bent, knees over hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. I'm actually going to show you this from the side. Don't think I've ever done that. That would make a lot of sense, huh? Okay. From here, you're going to straighten your right leg to the wall behind you and look a little to the left, bring right elbow towards left knee. They don't necessarily need to touch, and then pull back to center. Straighten your left leg, bring left elbow towards right knee, and then pull back to center. Right leg long, right elbow towards left knee, come back to center. Left leg long, left elbow towards right knee, come back to center, and then pick up the pace for bicycle kicks for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release, arms and legs down. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, another sit up, legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat for a second set. I had to think about that for a second. For a second set of fixed firm, open your knees, open your feet, point your toes back. And as you're ready, walk your hands back, sink your hips down, put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head. So for those of you that have healthy knees, ankles, and feet, you get into this posture pretty much every time. It feels good. We have a way to go deeper. You're going to keep your knees on the floor, squeeze your butt, and try lifting your hips off the floor. You should feel more of a quadricep and knee stretch. Lower your hips back down. 2 more times. Squeeze your seat and lift your pelvis up. Lower down. Last time, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips towards the ceiling, and lower down. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up. Head up last. Very nice. Okay, for second set of half tortoise, you can do it knees, feet together, arms overhead, or you can try a wide-legged child's pose. So open your knees, keep your feet together, put your hands on the floor, and come down, forehead to floor, palms to floor. So in half tortoise, the palms are together and the arms are active. In child's pose, the palms face the floor and the arms are a little bit more passive. You're also working a little bit more into inner thighs. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize. Change, put your hands on the floor, press yourself up. Keep your knees apart, your feet together, lift your hips, stand on your knees. I am going to stand back a bit so you can see me. Next, we're going to do camel. And if you'd like, you can join me for some drills to get us into full camel. So if you want to do that, hands together, you're basically going to play patty cakes with the back wall. You're going to drop your head back and bring your right hand back, left hand back, both hands back, like you're trying to high five the ceiling and then the wall behind you. So it's patty cake, baker's man, and eventually you're going to go back all the way.
Eventually hands to floor. Eventually bend elbows and try to catch feet with hands. Full camel. Change. If you're grabbing your heels in regular camel, put your hands on your back and push up. If you're in full camel, straighten your arms, squeeze your butt, hands together, lift yourself up. Good, okay. You can bring these feet together, hips on your heels, and do rabbit, or you can join me on your back for some fun shoulder stand stuff. So if you'd like, join me on your back. Make sure you have some space in front of you and behind you. Lie on your back, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you, palms face the floor. Lift your legs up to the ceiling, and you're basically gonna play around with rocking back and forth. You can look at me now, but then make sure when you actually go into shoulder stand, you're looking up towards the ceiling when you're with your chin tucked. When you've got a good rock, keep rolling, push your hands down, try to touch your feet to the floor behind your head. So this is plow pose. From here, you can stay here or try ear pressure pose, bend your knees so that eventually your knees would apply pressure to your ears. And if your feet are on the floor, only grab your heels with your hands, pull down, and now it looks an awful lot like rabbit pose, just on your shoulders and neck rather than your shins. Okay, from ear pressure pose, bring your hands to your lower back. So elbows are bent, hands to lower back, straighten your legs back into plow, and then for shoulder stand, lift your feet up towards the ceiling, press your hips forward, try to lock your legs, shoulder stand. From here, we're gonna lower the legs back overhead, back into plow pose. Put your hands on the floor, palms face down, strong arms, slowly roll yourself out, vertebra by vertebra, using your core strength, legs to floor. Counter pose is fish pose. Bring your arms underneath you again, palms face the floor, bend your elbows and drop your head back. So in all the plow, ear pressure, and shoulder stand, we're really tucking chin to chest. So then we do this counter posture called fish pose, which is also kind of like a slightly different upside down version of Cobra Pose. Okay, if you're in fish, you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, head back down, and then arms out, turn around, Savasana. So if you like to play around with shoulder stand or plow pose or anything like that, I always recommend doing a fish pose afterwards. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mountain towel. We're gonna do head to knee, stretching and spine twist, all together, first set normal. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, touch your forehead and knee together. You are welcome to bend your right leg. If it helps you touch your knee and head together, eventually leg locked, eventually heel off the floor, eventually elbows to floor, left elbow down, left shoulder down, rolling to the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, stretch up, turn to your left and go down. I've just realized that my camera is at a weird angle, it's slightly tilted, so sorry about that. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, right sit bone down. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your buns back, right, left, right, left. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out some more. Lock your legs, inhale, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, stay seated, spine twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana, half lord of the fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee, right arm close behind you, left arm up and over, grab left knee with left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you, grab your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, pull your abdomen, look over, right shoulder twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on floor, touch left heel to right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up and over, grab a right knee with right hand, point your right toes. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or do the half bind. Keep your right knee down, left foot down, spine straight. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Take a moment here, let your body reset. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through your nose, feel your chest fall. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat. Second set you can do as we did first set, or you can try some fun variations. So second set, if you'd like, open your legs wider. So now you're gonna feel the inner thighs stretch. Left leg out, right leg in, left leg in, right leg out. Reach your left arm long overhead and you can start to fold forward. You're welcome to have your right hand outside or inside of the thigh, or eventually you're gonna come down and maybe even catch your foot with one or both hands. Flex your toes back. So now we're getting a nice left side stretch. Good, release, change, come on up. Left leg long out, right leg in, so the hips are opening wide, and reach your right arm long overhead. You can keep your forearm on your thigh like I am, very casual, or if you want, keep coming down. Again, you can have your hand in front or behind your leg. Eventually flex your toes. Try to keep your right butt down. Bring your left rib cage forward, right rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Good, and release. Keep your left leg long, right leg long. Stick your butt out a little bit, can help to pull it out of the way, pull the junk out of the trunk. Flex your toes back, stretch up, put your hands on the floor in front of you and fold forward. I just had a flashback to Yasmin. Pull the junk out of the trunk. Okay, you can keep your hands on the floor or keep folding forward. One day forearms to floor, one day even abdomen to floor. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Keep the shoulders back and the chest lifted so your spine stays straight from the side. Change, come on up, slowly push yourself up. Next, we're gonna do spine twists. I'm gonna give you 3 different variations. The first variation, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, left leg long, right foot on top of you. This is our half lotus shape. Option 3, full lotus, left foot on top of right thigh. From here, take your right hand close behind you like a second spine. Inhale, reach your left arm up, stretch up. Exhale, place left hand on right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or try the half bind. Catch your right big toe with your right hand if you're in half lotus or full lotus. And this harkens back to when we were doing tree pose and we tried to do the same thing. This is a half lotus bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind. If you're in lotus pose, stay as you are. In pretty much every version or like lineage of yoga, the right foot is always on bottom for lotus. If you are in half lotus, to work on mobility, switch the legs. So right leg long, left foot on top. And if you are sitting crisscross applesauce, switch the legs, which is like the weirdest feeling in the world to sit crisscross applesauce in the wrong direction. I know. Take your left hand close behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, place right hand on left knee. All of a sudden, I'm back in 3rd grade and very confused. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you. Try to catch left big toe with left hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind. And if you have lotus pose, try down lotus. Take your right hand behind you, catch right big toe with right hand. Take your left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. And this is what's called down lotus. All of our tree poses in 26 and 2, all of the right arm up and over, catch your left thigh, and our final spinal twist, all of those postures lead to this guy right here. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So we begin with a breathing exercise and we end with a breathing exercise. Kapalabhati breathing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, first set normal, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. You're also welcome to sit on your butt, either with legs long in front of you or crisscross applesauce. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Bikram calls this breathing Kapalabhati breathing. In pretty much every other lineage of yoga though, this breathing exercise is done through the nose. So if in second set you would like to try that, go for it. I feel my lungs like squeeze more when I do it through the nose, but it's also more subtle. So you might not feel like much is happening. Sometimes I'll even like put my hand under my nose and I'm like, oh, there's really air coming out. So you're gonna, as you exhale through your nose, pull your abdomen in. And when the stomach relaxes, you'll feel the air come in. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, definitely lubricate your throat. Sit up tall, take an inhale through your nose, and begin. Five, four, three, two, one. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, relax, Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs, and take a breath. So nobody's like fully sure why Bikram made Kapalabhati breathing through the mouth rather than the nose, because that's not necessarily traditional. But the best theory that I've heard, which makes a lot of sense, is that when it's through the mouth, it's much more beginner friendly, right? Because if that, we've all been there, it's your first time doing this sequence of yoga. And at the end of class, you hear it, right? You hear the exhale. And so it's more easy to understand what's going on versus when it's through the nose, you don't really hear anything, right? So because it's audible as well as visual, it's easier to understand when you're brand new. And that's really true throughout 26 and 2 yoga. Bikram, for all of his flaws, was like very focused on onboarding Western people onto the yoga experience, right? And making yoga accessible to all body types, all ages, all backgrounds. And again, for all of his many flaws, I do believe he did a good job of that. So just keep that in mind. This sequence 26 and 2 is really intended to like invite people into a yoga practice so that from there you can go out and explore more. So I always think of 26 and 2 as home base. It's a wonderful lifelong practice. I'm still learning from within it, learning about myself, learning about the yoga, and it can be fun to try these variations as well. So just keep that in mind. This class on Thursdays where we play around, it's just for fun. It's just a nice way to like try new things and maybe like understand even a little bit better the 26 and 2 sequence. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Picture yourself in perfect, radiant health.